you guys want a free membership to gridirongameplans.gg, go to yesterday's video where I encourage you guys to drop a comment in the description telling me who will the Bears trade back with from the #1 overall pick in the upcoming NFL draft. I'm going to choose the best and most balanced trade to have a free membership to the website. What is up, guys? Zan from the Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 3 reasons why compression formations are meta every single year in Madden. So today's video is not necessarily going to be a breakdown of a one-play touchdown or a blitz setup or any type of real offensive setup, but it's more so conceptual on why most players that you see in competitive Madden or just in online in general tend to run some sort of compression-based formation. And the 3 reasons are: it's easy to flood zone, especially on the short side of the field where streaks can pull outside zones deep. The second reason is that you can motion snap receivers very, very quickly to hide what you're doing. A lot of players won't know whether or not that receiver's in motion for a route or being short snapped to block an edge rusher, whether it be dollar or even the 3-3 loop meta. And 3, compression-based formations tend to cause a lot of fluky bumps of the glitchy edge pressures. So when players are stacking defensive linemen or outside linebackers on the hips of defensive linemen to get these contain loopers, a lot of times routes will bump these guys off their blitz angles, which delay the pressure, which is why you see players like Henry and Astro running a lot of tight in the MCS type tournaments. So let's go ahead and get into this here. We'll start off with the most common thing, which is obviously your short side corner. It's well known at this point of the year that short side streak corner combos out of tight are all the rage. It doesn't matter what type of corner route you have. You can have a stock one, you could use a hot route master one. If you just have a streak in a corner, you basically can pull zone down the seam and then throw toe tap animations on the sideline. This is a large reason a lot of players say, screw zone, I'm just going to run man. Now, if this is something that you guys struggle with, we have talked about it here on the YouTube channel, but I would strongly urge you guys to go over to my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg, where in the December vault, you guys can check out a seminar on how to defend all types of corners, including the one I just showed you right here. Furthermore, on gridirongameplans.gg, I just dropped not 1, but 2 new offensive game plans. My comprehensive New York Jets offense with over 4.5 hours of content. We've been doing content here on the YouTube channel about that game plan. And then my man Bobby V just dropped his empty bunch wide, which is a really fun empty bunch, obviously, wide alignment formation, which handles the meta in a unique way as well. Go check those out. It's all on the website. Everything is included for $9.95, including your Discord access. Now, the second reason players like tight formations is that you guys have the ability to do what is called short snapping. So with a lot of defensive metas out there, for instance, the DB Fire 2 or the spinner meta out of dollar, you have these difficult to pick up blitz pressures where sometimes your running back is just not available to you, and really doesn't do a good job if you are trying to block him either. So you have to get creative with your blitz pickups, and sometimes that means swallowing your pride and just using a receiver. So maybe I slide protect to the right, maybe I ID on the right, and we use a blocker on the backside to block that backside player, and then that gives you time to step up and throw your corner route. Now, you saw right there on that particular example, we had a little bit of a fluky bump of the running back on that slot corner, but that gave us a lot of time without really having to use our running back and think, okay, we've got a dedicated blocker. We're definitely going to have time. This is something that, you know, you can use really effectively. The other thing you might do with this is go ahead and decide, okay, well, we could go ahead and run, you know, a streak corner combination. Maybe I'll actually use a max protection with my running back and a backside receiver that I will put here in motion, and then you could simply flood one direction or the other. Now, this is very, very simple, but it can be very, very effective if you know the extra blitzers coming, because you have time to step up in the pocket and make your reads pretty easily. So you see how that looks there when you do that type of blocking scheme with a tight formation. And third, a lot of players like to run these guaranteed loop pressures, and these loop pressures can be pretty painful because they require you to quick pass a lot, to use the tip that I just provided you against the dollar, and then sometimes those guys are still coming in free. Well, you can kind of level the playing field a little bit by playing out of these compression-based formations, where sometimes when they're setting up these blitzes, because it's a compression-based formation, it's a little bit harder to set up because you got to move guys around nickel corners that are compressed. Yes, these are easy to set up blitzes and everybody does it, but the other added benefit is that you can actually kind of create opportunities for your routes to get open without really having to block. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say for instance, I wanted to put Y on a whip. I'm basically saying, hey, just run into those two players and then try to get open to the outside. It's not necessarily a blocking scheme or anything like that, but in this situation, it might be just enough of a glancing blow to one of those blitzers to make him rush to the inside, giving you time to throw the ball to somebody else who beats their man-to-man coverage. Really, in that situation, I didn't set up anything too crazy in terms of protection. You guys know how slide protecting, IDing the mic, double teaming, all that stuff is helpful, but you see here in this example, how we were able to kind of graze that contain man, and it changed the way this blitz worked. You know, it's something real simple. And I mean, I had multiple players open against this man-to-man blitz meta, had the quick throw to the flat. Obviously, we used that whip route to kind of pick and bounce that guy to the inside. We got the slant over the middle, the post over the middle. You got multiple routes open on this without really having to block too often. Now, this particular element of tight is not necessarily something that I would live on against the 3-3 loop meta, but it is one of the reasons a lot of players do like tight. You just get those opportunities where routes sometimes bump guys off their blitz angle, and that gives the offensive line time to recover. And that is a huge reason why players run tight formation. So whether you're struggling against man, zone, or the blitz in Madden, compression formations are always going to be meta. So for those of you that are like, why is it always a tight formation? Why is it always a bunch formation? Well, until EA does better with spread formations, this is why. Players want consistency, and these are the formations that give you the most consistent efforts to do anything possible to move the football competitively in Madden 23. So take these tips, apply it into a compression-based formation of your liking. It could be tight slots, tight flex, tight doubles. It could be bunch. Be split close. If you guys like split close, check out my game plan on gridirongameplans.gg, and let me know what you guys think below in the comments about this video. Again, make sure you guys go back to yesterday's video. Link is in the description. Drop a trade proposal for the Bears' #1 overall pick. I will be giving away a free membership to Gridiron Game Plans at the end of the week. Until next time, guys, this is Zan. Get in the lab, and good luck.